Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to Project Cars. I think this is the British Track Day Challenge or Championship. We're in a BAC Mono here at Snetterton. We got a good start here. We started fourth because we had a crummy qualifying session. Oh, sorry. I braked a little too late there. I thought I had him. Okay, so can I cut inside on this guy? Oh. Ooh. Rusty start here. Rusty start. Oh my goodness. But hey, look at that. It's like all BAC Monos up in the front. Because they're ridiculously fast compared to the Ariel Atom and the Caterham 7s that we're racing against. So we got 3 laps around the old Snetterton track here that we've seen many times. Now the BAC Mono is actually a track day car, which is why it's included here. And it's purpose built. I think the first one came out in 2011, so it's a couple years old. And they still make them. They're made by a company that's owned by 2 brothers. I think it's the Briggs brothers. And oh, what the hell, really? You jerk, you gonna do that? Why are you gonna cut inside of me like that? So they have 2 brothers from Liverpool. They own this company, and they make these cars. And the engine is a very lightweight 4-cylinder Ford Cosworth engine. Oh, crap! Let's catch up to this guy. That's all that matters, right? These cars are very lightweight. Their power comes from the fact that there's almost nothing to the body, so it doesn't have the engine doesn't have to produce as much horsepower and torque to gain speed. It just kind of works because it's so lightweight. On the other hand, that makes it an absolute pain in the ass to drive. So hopefully you'll be able to catch this guy on the next lap. Because we only have one more lap. He's pulling away, so that's worrying. Okay. I've got a bunch of people behind me, so that's also worrying. It means I'm holding him up. Guilevera. He's a jerk who decided he was going to run into me. Knock me off the road. I'm fine though. Just catch him on this backstretch. It doesn't look like it. Oh man, that's a disappointment. So the AI can just push me out of the way now. Oh guys, hope this is gonna be like Grid Autosport where they did it all the freaking time. Come on. Let's just get this home. Second place. I guess I'll take second and then hope for the best for the next race. Here's hoping it will go alright. Don't slide off here. Nope. Wants to do that. So, second. Not what I'd hoped for. Not what I'd hoped for at all. We were winning that race, and then that guy screwed us over by running into us. So, yep, that's perfectly acceptable, I guess. Continue. So now I'm in second place in points. He also had the fastest lap of the race, of course, because why not? All right. So we had a good run that time. Actually, we qualified on pole. And I'm starting to think the reason I ran so poorly in my last race is because I had the wrong tires on. I switched to the super softs and I was a whole lot faster and a whole lot more in control. My tires came up to temperature a lot quicker, so there's 2 different types of tires for the race. There's the super softs and the primes. Super softs, or depending on what series it is, you might have prime and option tires. Primes are a little bit harder options are a softer tire, and the option tires will give more grip and they'll let you race faster, but they wear out quicker. The primes are a little bit harder. They take more time to come up to temperature, but they last longer and they're more consistent. So a lot of F1, IndyCar, all these open wheel racing leagues tend to have a regulation that you have to run both types of tires during the race, unless it's a rain race, in which case you don't have to. And usually if they just run wets and intermediates during those kind of races. So you got 3 laps around Alton Park, by the way. Not a big deal. But yeah, I think the Super Softs obviously are a lot quicker, and since these races are pretty short as is, we don't really need to worry about the Super Softs falling off after a couple of laps. So we should be able to use that to our advantage. So come up, well, for the race it doesn't matter because they'll be at temperature anyways, but during qualifying and stuff they come up to temperature a lot quicker than the primes do, so that's why you want to qualify on Super Softs. And depending on the race, you may want to race on primes, I don't know. It depends. Alright, there we go. Down in this corner. And he's got one more lap around here. So by the way, I'm still using Fraps. I haven't switched or tried out Shadow Play yet. I might do that later, just in a separate session. Make sure that it works okay. And if it does work better, if it's more consistent and less of a memory hog than Fraps is with Project Cars, then I will gladly go that route. And I also will need to check and see how Shadow Play outputs files and all that stuff. Never make a decision uneducated. So we are being chased by, let's see, Christian Patrick Eddie Van Bylen. He's got 3 names. A name like Van Bylen. That's almost like you could start a rock band, dude. If this racing thing doesn't work out, you can always start a rock band with your brother, maybe. I don't know. Just ideas. Just ideas. Still the references, other things. Hey, we won. Nicely done. I'll take that. So that's first place. Guille Vera was 6th. So that means we didn't have the fastest time during the race, but we won. Yay! British Trek Challenge complete. 43 to 33. Okay, I'll take that. Alright, everybody, welcome. Welcome to Sakito in Japan.
Okay, focus on the lights. Let's try and make up some ground off the line.
We qualified 3rd, and for those of you wondering where Sakito is, it's a stand-in for Suzuka Circuit, which is near Nagoya, Japan. It's actually in the middle of the country. I know where it is. I wanted to go there when I was in Japan in like 06, but I never was able to make it. Still, this is the stand-in for Suzuka because they couldn't get the license for it. So they instead decided to call it Sakito, which is the Japanese loan word from English for circuit. Because the full name of Suzuka is Suzuka Circuit, and in Japanese it's Suzuka Sakito. That's obviously where the name comes from, and it is fairly close to Suzuka in layout. There are some changes, like for example this section, which does not exist on the actual track. They probably had to add it in when they lost the license. They couldn't get the licensing, I should say. So they had to make some changes to it so it wasn't, a blatant copy of Suzuka. But this is a track that I have raced on many times before in other games. Headed down this first curve. Don't pull a Senna. Don't pull a Senna. Okay. There we go. Well, he got pushed off. He came down on me. I was holding my line. I'm going to argue that to the end. Coming up through these S curves, I feel like I want to do a full video on the the full circuit, because we're basically racing on the East Circuit, whereas the game calls it the Sakito Short Circuit. So this is a little bit different than Suzuka East. And there's also the Suzuka West Circuit, which includes
You're leading by 1 second. Try and
Spoon
extend the
Curve,
gap if you can.
130R, and it doesn't get much racing on. The East Circuit got raced on at one point. NASCAR did some exhibition races in Japan, and they came here and did the races on the East Circuit. But at least we got a win out of this. All right, so that's one win down.
Fantastic, great win. You nailed it today. Brilliant driving.
Yes, I did. So we've got ourselves another win here. 15 more points, 9 wins in the series. Let's go to race number 2. Alright, so we're back here at Sakito with its fancy pagoda-style towers
Green. Go, go, go.
covered bridge that don't actually exist at the real Suzuka at all. But we're here, and we're in the final cup for Superkarts. We're about to be done with karts forever. I do not intend on ever racing karts again once we're done with them. So, keep the AI behind me. It's very aggressive AI. It tried to run me over a couple times during qualifying because I was not going fast enough, or if I spun, it'll just come straight at you and it won't slow down. So, you might want to check on that.
This guy's all over you, filling the mirrors.
Yep.
Time to cover the inside line and brake as late as you can.
That's the plan. So, I figure since we're here at the Suzuka stand-in, we probably should discuss some of the sad news that I heard yesterday, unfortunately. For those of you who don't follow Formula One, they had a very serious incident at Suzuka last year during the Japanese Grand Prix. During the middle of a monsoon, they decided to hold a race, which was, first and foremost, it was incredibly stupid. And they had a couple of incidences where cars were going too fast and
You're leading by
slid
1
off.
second. Try and push the
And
gap open.
unfortunately, one of the instances that happened involved Jules Bianchi, who's the driver for Marussia at the time. Very young kid, very talented young driver. Had been part of, I believe, the Ferrari program at some point, and Ferrari was looking at him as, you know, a potential future driver. He slid off up here in the S's and collided with a crane. You know, the cranes that they use to move the cars off the track. He hit one of the cranes and had some very serious injuries. He was in a coma for a very long time. And yesterday, his parents announced that he had indeed passed away, which is a shame because he was like such a young kid at the time. He was 25, I think, when he passed away, and it's just a tragedy. You know, young kid just starting his career out in F1 and gets killed in the second last race of the year.
Incredible driving. That was absolutely fantastic. You are the champion. Bring
Yeah,
it
we
home, buddy.
we swept the championship, but yeah, I mean, it's such sad news to hear yesterday, and my thoughts are, of course, with the Bianchi family, with everybody who's involved with Marussia last year, who probably knew Jules, and you know, it's a hard loss. It's the first serious incident during a race in 20 years for, well, not like the first serious incident. There's been other injuries, but like the first that resulted in a fatality since Senna during the actual race. There's been other incidences with Formula One cars and whatnot that have had serious injuries and whatnot during races, and you know, Goodwood and stuff like that. But I mean, it's the thing that I think the thing that kind of bugs me the most about it was something that didn't have to happen, and it happened anyways. So I hope, even though it took a tragedy to do it, I hope going forward that, you know, racing will work to especially Formula One, make better safety precautions and not let this kind of stuff happen. We have the virtual safety car now, which is kind of one thing that's intended to keep something that something like that from happening again, where you have cars that are going a little too fast in unsafe conditions, even though there should be a safety car out. There wasn't. But yeah, there we go. Superkart champion. All right, so we're done with Superkarts. Oh my god, this music is so loud. Yeah, look at that. Maybe I'll make that a thumbnail for this video instead. So 10 wins, we swept it.